Hi, if you are thinking about investing in menopausal women in the workplace, but don't know how to build the business case, or possibly you're wondering why you should make the investment in menopausal women in the workplace, then this series of videos is for you. It's the last in the series, that's number 4. The first one was all about what the investment is. The next one was about reputation. Then it was about recruitment, and now we're going to be talking about retention. So why is it a big issue in staff retention? Surely menopause is a bit part there, but you could not be more wrong in the sense that you want to keep the very best talent working within your organization. You do not want them to leave. That recently there was a figure in the Times that 49% of menopausal women have considered leaving their employment because of their menopausal symptoms. So that is about the fact that there isn't a culture where women can come forward and talk about it and ask for support. So on the basis of a conversation, there is women consider leaving you or another employer because of what they are experiencing. And as I've said in 2 of the previous videos, 59% of women in a CIPD survey said that their menopause negatively impacted their ability to do their work. So these are big figures, and they are something that we need to seriously consider because it affects 50% of the population. Not a small percent, a big percent of the population. Right, so what is retention about? So retention is basically, it's about opportunity and opportunity to progress and learn within an organisation. That's what everybody is looking for. We're also looking for a place that we feel valued, we feel supported, it's fun to be in, interesting to be in, and has the amenities there to support us. So, you know, great coffee, somewhere nice to eat, all those sorts of things. So they're the basis, the sort of skeleton of what it is that people are looking for to stay at an organisation, within a group, a team, a company. And in order to support that within menopause, it is important that you view women holistically. So are you currently looking at flexible working or hybrid working? Flexible, by the way, is different to hybrid, and there's another series of videos. If you look through the list, there's a series on flexible working. But because of that, you need to look at the working environment and how you can possibly support women to keep them there, to keep them in your organisation. So why bother? Retention of staff is one of those costs that we simply don't recognise, talk about enough, because the cost of loss of staff is incredibly high. One of the things that we don't recognise and we don't value because, or we don't put a value on because it's too difficult to, is the cost of the loss of knowledge, ability, and the relationships and networks that women have. Now, those networks cannot be replaced quickly. They cannot be put together by a replacement as they come in. That understanding of how the team works within the organisation, within the industry, is very difficult to replace. Now, don't forget, you've already invested heavily in this individual to do this job in the way that they do. So you'll have trained them throughout their career. The cost of that is not to be sniffed at. So this is, not only are you saying goodbye to the investment that you've already had, but you're also losing that intangible value that we don't seem to be able to put a value on, but is critical to ensuring that your business continues in the way that it always has. So in allowing women to leave the business for the lack of investment and a lack of understanding of the impact of these things, could mean considerable cost. So it's the cost in the loss of the ability of that person, their network and their connectedness and their knowledge of specific industry developments or specific industry relationships and how things are done, that can be lost in that moment as well. But also you are losing the mentorship and the sponsorship that these women can provide for young women and young people coming up through the organisation. You're losing many years of industry and organisational experience. The cost of that is very high, but very difficult to put a price on. And also, you've also got the time lag between the loss of them and the recruitment and the placement of a new individual while they start to build up their networks within the existing team and organisation. So all of that, it has a cost associated to it, but one which is difficult to pinpoint. So if you've got any questions on this, by all means, give me a call or get in contact or leave me a message. But that's the end of this series. By all means, go back and look at the previous videos, and I will see you soon.